I'm curious about the depression that you experienced and the root of that depression and how those traumas have been dealt with or managed or healed or worked through the assistance of utilizing Amanita, and how much to you that's the mushroom, and how much is it the mushroom allowing you to like navigate through these. I mean, I guess it's really all you, right? Like the mushroom opens the door and allows us to recognize and move through the healing process. I'm curious a little bit more about the healing process and like what that looked like utilizing the mushroom, and how the interplay between utilizing the mushroom and working through the issues manifested.
Yeah, so I guess really what it comes down to is the fact that so far previous in my life, I was being guided by fear. I'm very sensitive person, and in that means that most of society is very fearful, but the news is very fearful. Social media makes you feel that way, comparing myself to others, fearing that I wasn't going to make enough money, fearing that I wasn't going to graduate, fearing all of these things. That was literally the only way that I was motivating myself at that time was through fear. And at that point, I was like, that's how everyone moves. You know, if the news says this is how you're supposed to react is via fear, only do things that are gonna get you away from this fear. You know, protect yourself in some ways, right? You're just protecting yourself. Just a safety bubble. That's what you're doing. You're just trying to get enough money so that you're safe by retirement age, or you're just trying to get a degree so that you're safe because now you have a degree. And so what Amanita did was it broke me out of that cycle, that fear cycle, that was the only way to make decisions. And at that point too, I had no semblance of religion in my life. One of my earliest memories was being dragged by my mom. I was holding on to the railing of my bed, and my mom was trying to drag me in to go to church because she was like, no, you're gonna go to church. This is what you're gonna do. And I hated it so much. It wasn't necessarily the teachings. It was just that they were telling me what to believe. And I had always, from an early age, believed that I was going to figure it out myself. Whatever I needed to figure out about the universe, I was going to figure it out on my own path. I wasn't going to learn it from somebody else. And so one of the things it did as well was, not only was I now able to make decisions not from fear, but from my own, intuition, but it opened up this world of magic, synchronicity, that there was more to life than what I was already seeing. And in some ways I had already touched into that a bit with psychedelics, everything is one and there's more to it, but I had really not experienced the physicality of all that. The physicality of the numbers, synchronicities of my birth time coming up constantly, or someone mentioning something directly after I had thought about it, so much so in my face that I was like, there's no way that our thoughts are disconnected from this universe anymore.
Of course.
Yeah, that was huge for me. I mean, it was the spiritual awakening that I'd had only via this mushroom. And many people go about it in their own life path, but I had my spiritual awakening specifically with Amanita, showing me that this was all interconnected and that my life had meaning. I mean, if you think of your life as only a bunch of atoms and it's all random and this planet is the only planet that's in existence, and it's just like, oh, you're just one of the lives that happened and you just got to live your life and there's no real meaning to it. I mean, that's how I really believed it. And then to go into saying, no, you have a purpose. Your soul came here for a reason, and that you have a reason to help people. And everything that happened in your life, every obstacle you faced, every hardship that you had, those all have this perfect little golden thread tying it together to the reason why you're here right now. And so it makes you have a different perspective on everything. So no longer are you looking at the past as being just guilt or pain, trauma. Now you can say, oh, those happened for a reason, and now I can be here now and accept what I have now and move forward. Those are huge things for somebody who had never had any of that in their life.